Hey friends, I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. I've had a few people emailing me asking if I'm okay. I'm okay. I've been very busy lately, which is why I have not had a chance to do a review for the latest Star Trek Picard episode either. With the recent coronavirus pandemic, all of Michigan's schools are pretty much going online, at least colleges and universities. K through 12 schools are all getting canceled as far as I'm aware. So that's pretty, I mean, it's pretty jarring to see all of this happening. And I know there's a lot of hysteria, but I'm feeling pretty calm about it. I think everything's going to go okay because these institutions closing, these events canceling, it's all intended as like precautionary measures in order to prevent any type of potential spread of the virus. So, and I really wanted to make this video to respond to people who are still denying the fact that this is even a thing. A lot of people are still suggesting that this is a hoax. A lot of people are criticizing the media, thinking that the media has created this like utter hysteria. And while I do think that the media sometimes embellishes or maybe sometimes focuses too much on one particular story over another, I still think that had the media not spoken out about this, that these types of precautionary measures would not have been taken. And I feel like the spread would have been much more worse by now had those conversations not taken place. So, and I know I've seen people on my Facebook going all, crazy with the conspiracy theories and all that jazz. And my question to those people is, are the conspiracy theories helping everyday people that you know in your life who may say need help with groceries, who may be a parent who might need someone babysat? Are they really helping people by perpetuating like over embellishments? I guess what frustrates me is that those are the same people that criticize the media for perpetuating misinformation. So if you're worried about the media perpetuating misinformation, then I guess my big question is, why are you doing the same exact thing? But, honestly, like, I really think that as long as we help each other, as long as we are understanding and we're taking precautions, I think everything will be okay. By the way, if you are a teacher, like a college teacher or a university teacher, or even a K through 12 teacher who wants to teach online, I do have some strategies for doing that. So if you email me using my email link below in the description section, I can send you an online video recording resource that I use for teaching if you should want a tool. Okay. But anyway, I love you all. Please let me know how you're doing down in the comment section below. And I will be doing another video here in the next day or two. Have a good day. Bye. Sunday, March 15th, an almost beautiful spring day, although it's not spring yet. But during this whole coronavirus thing, I've decided that now that I have more free time, I'm going to dedicate some time to doing some creative stuff, more vlogging being the number one. So today I am going to Barnes & Noble for a while to help a colleague with some online teaching stuff. I'm just going to show her some things. There are still quite a few people out and about, though I do see that people are practicing this social distancing thing, and I of course am doing the same. I think it's important that everyone do that. And I think what's going to be interesting is once we hit the work week, how people are going to start feeling, because usually weekends, a lot of people already have off. But for the work week, I know a lot of people are going to start getting restless, especially if they have to work from home. Me being one of those people, although I do have to report to school Monday and Tuesday, because there are a lot of teachers who need training and stuff for teaching online for the next few weeks. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video update. I love you all, and let me know how you're feeling. I know this has been causing a lot of anxiety, but keep in mind, while I think it's important for people to practice social distancing and, obviously practicing hand washing, the usual good hygienic things, I also think it's important that people still live their lives. So if you're stuck at home, if you are trying to practice quarantining to a certain degree, why not try doing something creative, do something that you haven't done in a long time, maybe whether it be reading, writing, art, music, do something that you love to do. All right, give yourself that excuse to do so. Anyway, I love you. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. I'm at school right now, and it is completely dead. Barely anybody. Wow. As of probably 30 minutes ago, our president at my college just announced that starting at 4, everybody needs to leave. Our campus and its satellite campuses are closing until our April deadline. Originally, we thought that the offices and stuff were going to stay open. We thought that faculty would be able to move to and from the school if we needed to do anything like administrative, but we won't be able to. We'll have to do everything remotely from home. And this, of course, comes in light of Governor Gretchen Whitmer. She's the governor of Michigan. She announced today that restaurants and bars are closing dine-in services. So Michigan is battening down the hatches right now in light of the coronavirus pandemic. I'd lie if I said that I wasn't worried, but I'm trying to handle this with poise and knowing that all of these closures and delays are being done in order to help limit the spread. And if you're feeling really discouraged about this, just keep in mind that they're doing it in order to, again, save people from having to deal with it and save people who might experience health problems as a result, like people with compromised immune systems, people who might be older, who may have like additional health concerns. So it's unsettling, and a lot of my students are unsettled too, but I believe we can get through it. We can do this. As long as we work together and believe in each other, we can get through this. Anyway, let me know how you're feeling in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And I love you all. Have a good rest of your day. Hey friends, how are you? So I'm just finishing up putting my class stuff online for my students, for my 5 classes. Honestly, right now I'm just, I don't know, tying up loose ends, I guess. I've been watching the news today. I sometimes wonder if I should watch the news, because obviously this event, the coronavirus pandemic, is causing a lot of anxiety for people, and it's understandable. And the news seems to be relatively dismal. There's just people blaming each other, politics posturing, a lot of needless bickering, you know, and I get upset over the bickering, because in my mind I'm like, why are we bickering when, you know, there are more important things to be done, like, you know, creating solidarity, coming together in order to make this situation as best as we can make it. So, let this soak for a second. But, I am looking on social media and seeing a lot of people posting things that are very, very sad, very anxious. Like I said before, it's understandable. But a lot of people are speaking as though the world has stopped spinning altogether. And don't get me wrong, like, I've been the person who has thought of this in that way as well. And I probably shouldn't. And today I've been kind of fortifying myself in the sense that trying to talk myself through this anxiety and, explain to myself, hey, Donnie, yes, this situation is pretty scary, but life still has to be lived. So, of course, I've been doing some schoolwork. I got up, took a shower, shaving, probably gonna do the dishes here in a little bit. But my point is, if you're in that type of predicament where you are very fixated on what's happening in the media and what's, happening around the world, give yourself breaks. Give yourself opportunities to break away from the hullabaloo of all that's going on and do something that needs to be done. Like chores, errands, of course, as long as the errands are practicing social distancing. Focus on working remotely if you're working remotely like I am. Find something to distract yourself with. And a couple of videos ago, I even talked about, being creative. Do something that you love to do on a creative level that you've not done in a long time. And I think there are ways that we can mentally help ourselves, because with everybody's concern about the coronavirus, I'm extremely worried about people's mental health in all of this. And I'm not gonna lie, it's even been affecting my own mental health. Coming from someone who has really bad anxiety and depression already, I've had to take moments and tell myself, Donny, you need to be caring about yourself. I appreciate the fact that I have a significant other who's very patient with me, because I've had a few moments where, the stress with work and this and changing to teaching online entirely and all the latent anxiety, worrying about my family, worrying about my friend, a lot of it is very heavy. It's heavy. And sometimes you have to give yourself opportunities to allow that weight to lift for a while. So anyway, if you have any methods that you are using to cope with the anxiety that comes with this current pandemic, please share it in the comment section below. I think it might be helpful for people to see everyone else's thought processes. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hang in there and know that I love you. Bye. Toe beans. Boop.
The next, you know the scene, you've been there. The grocery store shelves empty and basic supplies are gone. What one Pennsylvania distillery is doing about that, and Jeannie found two people who did not know how bad the global coronavirus pandemic had gotten. How is that possible?
Hi. Good morning, everyone. Monday number 4 of quarantine, so if I'm socially awkward, that's probably why. But I'm considering I'm an introvert. I think I'm pretty adapted to this type of lifestyle, but we'll see how I feel next week number 2. I've been telling people lately, hug and appreciate the extroverted people in your life, especially if they're expected to socially distance or restrict their activities, because this is really hard on a lot of people who are social. I myself, of course, I'm not always the most social one, but again, we'll see how I feel in the next few days. I've been feeling very bad for my partner lately because he's much more social than I am. But I guess the one thing that's been annoying me lately is the rumor mill that keeps spinning, and I'm not going to perpetuate the rumors because I don't want them to cause anybody anxiety. But people are always whispering about, like, well, this could happen, or this might happen. And yesterday it got so bad that I actually had to just take a break. I just had a day where my boyfriend and I were playing video games the whole day. I didn't look at the news really, aside from like maybe the weather, and it was a much needed relaxation from the news. I got to watch the latest episode of Star Trek Picard. Unfortunately, like I haven't been able to do reviews because I haven't had all of my materials in order to record really formal videos like that. So I apologize for that. Just taking it a day at a time. Um, I guess for me, while I have been feeling the anxiety here and there, I've been finding small things are actually making me feel more uplifted, either because one, they're distracting me, or two, because of this social distancing and because of this quarantining, I'm kind of developing an appreciation for the small things. For example, I recently just got my Evanescence shirt. I got a new Evanescence shirt from Hot Topic. I'm glad that Hot Topic was able to to ship to the house, of course. Because with everything going on, like I've been worried about like shipping, how is that going to work? Is it going to be affected? So on and so forth. Um, let's see what else. Another small thing that really made me happy is this morning I found out that 2 of my poems got accepted into a literary magazine called Sonder Midwest, both of which are environmentally themed poems, so that really made me happy. I haven't had any poems published since the fall, I think, so this is really nice considering that I've been feeling really, really depressed and low about my creative outlets lately. So I've been doing more with creativity. I've been journaling a lot. So that's been helping me quite a bit. But anyway, I want to know how all of you are doing. Like, please let me know. Like, what are you doing to combat, if you're self-quarantining, the anxiety? What are you doing? We're about a week into this. It's weird to think that so much has happened in the past week, but I would really like to know how you're doing because I think it's important for all of us to check in on one another to see how we're doing mental health wise. Anyway, I love you all. We're going to get through this, and I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you. Anyway, also, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. All right? Have a good rest of your day. Bye. Dishes have almost become my favorite thing. He's staying engaged. Look at Gabe. He's up there sunbathing. Hey friends, how are you? I'm on day number 5 of quarantine. I'm doing relatively well still. Mostly my daily routines so far have been waking up, cleaning, taking a shower, coffee, working on school stuff, and maybe playing video games for a while, so I can't really complain too much. I've actually been working on some other creative things as well. The announcement that I made in my last video about getting a couple of poems published has actually motivated me to work more on my manuscript, which I've not even touched for like 2 or 3 weeks, so that's nice. I have been coming to this really interesting realization that I've been allocating more time to creativity now that this quarantine, like, pandemic thing has been happening. And it kind of makes me sad because I feel like something this drastic shouldn't have to happen in order to motivate me to be creative. So I'm trying to create some strategies for myself to help motivate myself when pandemics aren't happening. So that's been kind of what's been on my plate lately. I've been updating my website, my personal website. You can find it in a link below. It's donnywinterofficial.wordpress.com. I might be posting some blogs on there. I don't know. All I know is that some writing is going to happen, and it's going to hopefully be fun. And yeah, I don't really have much to update. Spirits wise, I'm mostly doing okay, although I have my moments. I really miss my family and my friends up where I used to live. I haven't seen them in a week, and it's probably going to be another week or so until I get to see them. 'Cause since this all happened, I've been trying to just lay low. I don't think I have coronavirus by any means, but I don't know how I'd feel if I were responsible for someone else getting it. So I think that's part of the latent fear that's been going around. Hopefully that fear lifts. Honestly, today I'm just trying to just go with the flow and enjoy the beautiful day from the inside, because it is a very beautiful day today. Anyway, let me know how all of you are doing in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I just appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching these less formal, more conversational videos than I normally do. But I've been kind of enjoying doing videos like this at the same time. Yeah. A poem for the times. This one is titled Sanitized Sarcophagi. The world keeps its spin while the rivers steer clean routes through unlittered woods, and we, sanitized and scared, dream our homes sarcophagi. Hey friends, I hope you're doing well. I am at my parents' right now. They're not home, they're both at work, but I'm tying up some loose ends, getting some laundry done. Michigan just implemented a shelter-in-place executive order, which is beginning at midnight tonight, so this will be my last opportunity to get anything done up here for the next 3 weeks, potentially. So I'm moving some of my plants home with me, that way my parents don't have to take care of the plants. Lysoling everything that I touch. I know I don't have the virus, but it's still, I don't know, it's always good to be safe. But these are just such weird times. I'm letting the beautiful day distract me from how unsettled I actually feel right now. I'm heading home now. I just got done shopping and doing my laundry. I decided to stop at Aldi on my way back home, and understandably it was very busy. Because of course people are feeling a lot of anxiety because of Michigan putting forth that executive order. I am in okay spirits, but I could tell that a lot of people at the store were feeling a lot of anxiety, understandably so. The nice thing though is that while it was extremely busy, everyone was being very patient with one another, which was phenomenal. Like, I was trying to get a dozen eggs, and there was like a line of people at the eggs trying to get eggs, and everyone seemed to be very patient and very respectable, and I think that's wonderful. I hope that we can keep doing that. Like, yes, this anxiety can be very debilitating that we're experiencing, but I think it's also significant for us to be poised during these difficult times. That's been my theme through my past few videos, like just like having a sense of poise in chaos, I guess. And it was really nice to see. additionally, I had a really nice moment with the cashier. Like, I made sure that I thanked the cashier. I was like, hey, I appreciate you doing all that you do during these difficult times. And I think we should be doing that with a lot of retail workers, with a lot of gas attendants, a lot of different people who are working fast food, working in the medical field, working in sanitation, delivery. There's a whole variety of different fields of work that are still, running, and I think that we need to express our appreciation to those people because they're putting themselves at risk. My mom is one of them, and every day, like, I'm worrying about her because, she's interacting with the public. So we need to be conscious of the people that we are interacting with and the services that we're using, because many of us have the privilege of working remotely from home and getting paid for that. A lot of others don't, So, what else? On my way out of the grocery store, there was this really nice older lady who came up to me, because at Aldi you need to have a quarter in order to get a cart, and she was wanting my cart, and like she was gonna pay me like $1 for the cart, and and I was just like, just take the cart. Like, take the cart, it'll be okay. Like, you don't need to give me $1. I don't need a quarter, $1, nothing. And she looked like she was about to cry, and I could tell that she was anxious about this whole thing too. So these are just very, very interesting times. Very interesting times. I know that we'll get through it, but I think the only way we'll get through it is kindness, patience, again, poise. Hey guys, I'm home now. It's been a pretty long day, but I managed to get back and everything worked out. I got my plants moved in and all that jazz. We played some games tonight and watched Hunger Games, which was nice. So just finding things to do. That's what we have to do, right? Anyway, I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. In the comments below, please let me know how you're doing. We need to check in on each other during these times especially. And naturally, if you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I really appreciate the support. Anyway, you have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye.
Like, I don't care. I don't care. I was like,
Crow is so cute. Oh, Paris. She's so cute. Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm just wrapping up my day. I've had kind of a rough mental health day today, but I'm managing. It's kind of ironic that I'm having a rough mental health day on Michigan's first day of sheltering in. If this is happening to me the first day of sheltering in, this doesn't bode well for the rest of the 3 weeks. But I've just been having a weird day where I've been thinking a lot about how there have been so many times in my past where I've consciously chosen to isolate myself, and I know that I've been adapting to this isolation relatively well because I'm used to that self-isolation normally. And I just keep having these moments where I see extroverted people reacting and having a really difficult time with this. And in the back of my mind, I feel in a way guilty for not having as difficult of a time. And then it keeps making me think of, is it good for me to isolate even when there's not a pandemic? Is it good of me to have the levels of introversion that I have? And I don't know really if there's a right or wrong answer to that. I don't really know if there should be an answer to it, but it's just been making me think about it. And I guess I've just been trying really hard to be conscious of the extroverted people in my life and the fact that they're really struggling right now. And I think it's very important for introverted people like myself to try our hardest to help extroverted people in a way, not necessarily accept this, but adapt to it temporarily. And I think that that's really what has been getting a lot of people, is the fact that there are so many things that we can't control during these difficult times, and there are so many answers that we don't have of, when this is going to get better, when it's going to change. And I won't lie, like, that level of uncertainty has gotten to me a little bit too. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just grateful that I have things to fall back on, like journaling and video blogging and doing other creative things. So, but yeah, like, I'm doing okay. I'm better than I was before. And here's hoping that the remaining time during the shelter in place goes by quickly. But anyway, I have been asking this with every video. Please share how you've been doing down in the comment section. Additionally, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. If you know people who might benefit from listening to someone talk about their experiences during this pandemic, please feel free to share my playlist, Pandemic Reflections, with those people. I always appreciate the new viewers, the support, so on and so forth. But anyway, yes, let me know how you're doing, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good night. Look at our cute little herb garden to be. Planted our hyacinths. Just spent part of today tending to plants. I finally planted my little jade that had literally been in water for 3 years. I hope you're doing well. I know it's been a couple days since I've posted a video. I've been relatively busy getting school stuff all set up and ready to go because our school just announced that we're going to be online for the rest of the semester. I know why they made the decision. It's per guidelines because the shelter in place policies / guidelines have been extended till April 30th, so our school made that wise choice. I am very sad that I won't get to see my students the rest of the semester because I adore my students. But of course, it's for their safety, my safety, everyone's safety. So for the past few days, I've been just trying to keep myself occupied with school stuff. I've been playing a lot of Super Mario Brothers. I forgot how much crippling anxiety that game gave me as a kid because I've been playing it, getting up into the higher levels, and I'm like, so that's been fun. I've also been working on my own creative projects, journaling, still doing all that stuff. So another thing that I do want to talk about, and trigger warning, this is going to talk about sexual harassment. If you don't want to listen to that or you feel that you may be triggered by a conversation of that nature, click away. But I had a very annoying exchange with someone who used to sexually harass me at a prior job that I had. I was having a political conversation with a friend and someone else, and I got a notification, and his name was in it. And of course, I kind of had a moment where I was just like, "Are you kidding me right now?" So I go and I look, and I thought I had this person blocked on this social media platform, but apparently, I don't know if they got another account or if a glitch happened or whatever, but this person could see my stuff. So we had a brief exchange. Of course, he was disagreeing with me politically, calling me nuts, so on and so forth. So I just got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this. I don't have time for it. His opinion was unsupported, very problematic, and I just decided to reblock him again. And apparently that really upset him, and he started finding me on other social media outlets, on other pages, commenting on my statuses, commenting on YouTube videos. He literally came to my YouTube and commented on my last two videos. I of course reported the comments and everything like that, but it really made me develop a sympathy for people who experience sexual harassment far worse than I have, because in this exchange, of course, this person was making jokes about my mental health, calling me crazy, basically subtly threatening me and saying oh, well, I live in the same city you live in, meet with me for a cup of coffee, I'll let you cry. He said something to that effect. And of course, I am surrounded by people who love me, who believe me, who support me, who empower me, but there are a lot of people out there who don't have that luxury. And harassers like this person, they know how to prey on people's anxieties and feelings, and they know how to really build themselves up to be larger than life, if that makes sense. And there's a certain point where if we're able to, we need to see through it, call it out if one feels safe in doing so, and then just removing those people from our lives. So I had that exchange a couple days ago. At the moment it was kind of unsettling, but looking back on it now, I'm just I have the power to remove those people from my life on social media. I don't want them near me. I don't want them talking to me. And if you have people who have harassed you in the past like that, or even more severely, I would definitely report that behavior and remove those people from your life. They don't deserve the luxury of owning any type of power over you. They don't. Anyway, thank you for listening. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and let me know how you're doing in the comment section below. I would very much appreciate hearing from you. Have a lovely rest of your day, my friends. Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I just got back from a 3.5-mile bike ride. I've been trying to do bike riding with my significant other for the past couple weeks, maybe every few days, and it's had me pooped. I'm quickly discovering how out of shape I am. But I think that that's probably something that a lot of people are struggling with right now, finding ways to stay active, and that's just been my latest thing. I'm gearing up to do some gardening. Hopefully that will get me a little bit more active too. But other than that, since this is day 17 of shelter in place for me, I've been just grading, playing video games, so on and so forth, writing. Stardew Valley has been kind of my escape because it's a really relaxing farming game with some really relaxing music. It's really nice. You should check it out. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something a little bit more significant than my mundane day-to-day life things, and I wanted to talk about essential workers. So I keep seeing these things circulate around social media where people are saying we should love and value our essential workers, we should respect them. And when I say essential workers, I'm talking about people in the fast food industry, grocery retail, the medical industry, all types of different medical assistants, in the tech industries, those who are keeping us sustained, so on and so forth. And I keep getting angry because I just feel like people are saying this now because we're in a pandemic, but really, these essential workers are essential even when we're not in a pandemic. And I guess what inspired this partially was yesterday I had a friend who posted, she works in the medical industry, she like kind of like medical retail, and she posted this status sharing that customers are being absolutely horrible to her because something was unavailable. And it just angers me because I'm sorry, but if something's not available, it's not their fault. We shouldn't be treating essential workers like crap, regardless when, like, if we're in a pandemic or not. Okay, they are always keeping us sustained. We're just now more so aware of the fact that they're keeping us sustained. So I guess my point is, if you see someone who is an essential worker at a retail store, fast food place, wherever, and you're keeping social distance, but you see somebody treating them horribly, say something, okay? Say something, so long as you're, of course, in a safe situation and not putting yourself in jeopardy. Say something, because many of these people are working ridiculous shifts. They are exhausted. They are demoralized because every day they are being exposed or potentially exposed to something. And as someone who has a lot of dear people in my life who are essential workers, like my mom, for example, it angers the hell out of me thinking that people are out there throwing around their irrelevant senses of entitlement just as a means, because to express some frustration directed at these people who might be working. They don't deserve it at all whatsoever. So anyway, the only way we're going to get through this and be mentally okay while getting through this is being kind to each other, being patient, and demonstrating some modicum of humility, I guess. Like, if I go to the store and there's something that I want really bad, but they don't have it, I'm not going to flip out at stock workers. I'm not going to flip out at a cashier. Like, there are bigger problems right now, and they have more on their mind than making sure you have a jar of strawberry jam or making sure that you have something that can easily be stocked in a day or two. All right? So that's to everyone who feels the need to treat others horribly, all right? But for those of us who are like at least decent human beings who don't treat people horribly, again, let's just keep spreading our patience, because I feel like patience is also contagious. So hopefully we can make a difference by example. Anyway, I love you. Share with me how you're doing in the comment section below, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, stay safe. Bye. I live in Michigan, and I feel very unsafe. I do. And it's not because of our governor. I think she's been doing a phenomenal job extending the deadline for sheltering in place. She passed an executive order a week ago extending the shelter in place orders until about, I think it's May 1st, if memory serves me correctly. But I feel unsafe because right now in Lansing, Michigan, there are thousands of people protesting her order, gathering in large groups, gridlocking the city, essentially around the capital, preventing access from hospitals, key facilities where there are people who have COVID-19. And they're all doing this because they are angry at the governor, and they think that their civil liberties are being infringed upon because of this closure. And while I think the right to protest, I mean, obviously it is our constitutional right, but at the same time, under these circumstances, during this pandemic, the way they're doing it and the fact that they are doing it is probably one of the most selfish things I've ever seen. Not only that, but I have not heard of any other state doing this. It's only Michigan. So I really, like, I'm just ashamed right now. I'm ashamed of a lot of the people in this state because they are daily misled by the very toxic political rhetoric that seems to emanate from uh, the federal government. They think that this is in some way trying to control the population or whatever. And I'm just, I'm honestly at a loss of words. And right now, I kind of just want to recluse myself and not come out, because now that all of these people are gathering, I'm willing to bet you there's going to be a huge spike in COVID-19 cases here, all because of this foolishness. You know, if you're going to protest, at least heed the social distancing guidelines, at least obey the executive order. It's funny because so many of these people support our president, who has been actively starting conflict with our governor. And these people are the first individuals to say, oh, he's our president. You should respect him. He's our president. I get that. But these people don't consider that Governor Gretchen Whitmer is our governor. You should respect her and heed her policies and executive orders. Why can't you follow the same philosophies that you seem to preach to everyone else? It like I've seen people like this comparing her to Hitler for extending this order. I've seen them call her unbelievably profane sexist names. And I really think that this pandemic, while I think it's bringing out the best in some people, it's showing us the worst of a huge grouping of people, especially in Michigan, people who are hateful and who think that their self entitlement outweighs our essential workers, first responders, outweighs their health, outweighs their well being, and outweighs the well being of the rest of us who are actually practicing sheltering in place. So, I don't know. I just had to talk about it. I'm angry and sad, and I don't know. I, I don't know. Considering Michigan is sheltered in place, there's a pretty significant amount of traffic here in Saginaw, Michigan. So that's nice. Hey friends, I hope you're doing well. It's been an interesting day today. We went shopping. Now we're at a phone service store. My significant other's getting a new phone. And we tried doing it online and via phone, but their site wasn't working, and we were on hold for hours until they finally referred us to just go to a store. So I'm glad that we can at least go to stores and get things set up as a last resort. But I'm still just kind of reeling from the ridiculousness that happened yesterday. I heard that there are more protests being planned, and I'm waiting for the COVID-19 rate to spike here in Michigan because of these people who have no regard for essential workers, no regard for other people. They just think that, their sense of self-entitlement is more important than everybody else's well-being. So that's nice. But anyway, I'm hoping that today I get to do some creative stuff. I'm probably gonna do some writing. We'll see what happens. I just spent the last 15 minutes crying over a music video. So if you follow my social media, you know that Evanescence is one of my favorite bands. I have loved them since I was a teenager. Their music has gotten me through so much. And I keep having moments where I am just utterly moved by how their music continues to get me through so much. So they just released a new song titled Wasted on You, and it's from their upcoming album called The Bitter Truth. And it's been about 9 years since they released a rock album. They did release a compilation album with some new recordings called Synthesis a few years ago, which was amazing. But I was eagerly waiting for the music video to drop, and it dropped today. And the music video basically is essentially every band member living their lives day to day during this pandemic and somehow finding the power and the fortitude to come together through this music. And being able to see them experiencing the pandemic the way I've been experiencing it really made me feel not alone. And I really appreciate that. And of course, I'm gonna say that the song was absolutely amazing, but I'll talk about the song in a minute. But I think it takes a lot of fortitude. I guess that's the word for today, for artists like this to do what they do, considering a lot of them are so affected by this pandemic because they can't tour, they can't get together to do the music, they can't record together, essentially. And I just think it's a credit to Evanescence because it just demonstrates that they really not only care about each other, but they care about us, the fans, and that just it means the world. Moving on to the song, I think the song is beautiful. It has a lot of elements from the different Evanescence eras, ranging from Fallen to The Open Door to their self-titled album. I particularly enjoyed the verses and like the pre-chorusy areas that have like the really bright instrumentation. It almost sounds like some type of electronic xylophone. And we've seen this before. We've seen this in the song Swimming Home from their self-titled album. We've seen this in their pre-Fallen music, like the song Missing, for example, which is one of my favorite songs. But at the same time, when the song builds into its chorus and the bridge and then the final moments, it really has kind of like a classic rock sound to it that echoes a lot of the Open Door era. Like I find the chorus to be unbelievably sweeping, and while it is in a way a song about like tragedy in a way, and about feeling frozen in time and isolated and maybe like ending one thing or letting something go, there's just this very uplifting quality to it that I found very fresh and unique and interesting because I mean, Evanescence has much of the time been like very dark sounds, and while there are still dark sounds in this, I feel like it's more sweeping than it usually is. So I'm just so excited. Like today, I needed this. It felt like waking up on Christmas morning. If the band, for some reason, gets to see this video, I don't know. Just know that I love you and I appreciate you. And thank you for reminding me that we're all in this together. So I've been moving into a new house over the past few days, and one of my favorite aspects of it is a sunroom that we are putting together. And for the first time in a long time, literally all of my plants are with me. And all of these plants are a combination of my boyfriend's, my roommate's, who's also my friend, and my own. So it's really, it's really exciting. Many of them need to be transplanted, but that's going to be a fun project for me to do once the semester's over, I guess. I apologize for how messy the room is. We've been building different pieces of furniture, so... Hey friends, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. My mental health is pretty good today, even though I'm basically still living the pajama life. I am not gonna lie, kind of enjoying this pajama living. But I just wanted to do a quick video to let you know that I am doing great. My mental health is the best that it has been in a very long time. I hope it lasts for a while. Knowing my mental health transitions, sometimes it'll last a while, sometimes it can be very fleeting, so I'm just enjoying the moment while I can, especially all things considered. My mental health might be good though, considering the fact that I got to see some family and friends yesterday briefly. We were practicing social distancing and I wore a mask, of course, and most of it was outside. But I had to retrieve my items from where I used to live because I moved in with my boyfriend and couldn't move the majority of my belongings due to the limited space where he was living, and due to the pandemic, I couldn't bring my stuff. I was able to finally do that because now that we've moved into a house, I obviously I needed my day-to-day belongings to live. Getting to see a few people, getting to talk to a few people, that really helped me a lot. Like, kind of echoing back to what I was talking about earlier on in my pandemic reflections videos, I've been just trying to create small successes for myself to help keep me not only busy, but to keep me feeling a little bit self-motivated and empowered. I think moving has really done that for me the past few days. I've been getting a lot more walking in and exercise in than I have in like months. I've been also working on school stuff, doing some creative writing. And speaking of creative writing, my poem Convection is featured in Sonder Midwest issue 5. So if you want one of my poems in print, feel free to go check out this press. Go support presses right now because, of course, they need it, especially during these difficult times. But my poem is on page number 20. So it just feels nice to be able to see my writing in print. And I'm hoping that maybe over the next few weeks I can finish my manuscript and finally get that out. I've been just putting that off and putting that off, but it's really important to get out there. So yeah, I hope you're doing well. If you can, let me know. Please comment down in the comment section below how you've been doing. I miss all of you, and get ready because I'm going to be doing more regular videos over the next few weeks, considering it's the end of the semester for me, and now that our house is almost in order, sort of, I'm going to have much more free time to do these, and a space to do these in. I'm going to have my own office. I am literally flailing over having an office. So this actually will be my office space. I'm not going to show you it right now because it looks like a cluster you know what. But when it is put together, I will take you all on a tour of it. So anyway, I love you. Hang in there, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. Hello friends, how are you? Hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've done a video. The last video I left off on a kind of depressing note, for which I apologize, though I was having some significant mental health difficulties. I am feeling much better since then, mostly because I've been, working on it, and 2, distracting myself with some projects. So to share with you what I've been up to, I've been working on a couple of my other YouTube channels. The first one being Donny Speaks, which is my poetry channel. I am actually doing this video series titled The Old Poem Reliquary, where I'm going through old diaries and reading angsty poems I wrote in college, and I'm reading them dramatically and kind of talking about the significance of looking back at one's old work as a writer or an artist in order to kind of acknowledge our growth. So if you're interested in that entertainment, feel free to go check it out and subscribe to that channel because I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to be a little bit more active over there and trying to get that channel out. Considering my poetry career, my writing career has been kind of taking off a little bit lately. Additionally, I've been working on Universal Journeys. Many of you may remember this from a few years ago, from 2015 to 2016. My friend Brenda Bates and I love her to death. She's so dear to me. We did a series together, a podcast series on Blog Talk Radio called Universal Journeys, where we talked about the significance of like how spirituality, creativity, and identity are all interconnected in a variety of different ways. We did about 50 episodes. I've been trying to get an episode out like every other day or so. And I think during these very difficult times, those episodes, those messages might be very meaningful for people. So feel free to go check that out. I'll have both of those channels linked at the end of this video during my outro. But beyond that, I've been working on my own poetry manuscript, trying to get that finished up. And I've just been trying to, I don't know, quail some quarantine blues. I've been really missing my friends and family. And today was the first day in a week or 2 that I actually left the house. I went to the store for about 30 minutes today, and it was very, very stressful and unnerving. Everybody is just all in a hullabaloo still, which is understandable, I guess. But I've been just trying to focus on working on myself, I guess. I guess that's the easiest way I can say it. Interestingly, my dear friend Ari, who goes by Strange Nothings, they're also very dear to me. They have been in their videos lately talking about like positive reinforcement, like giving themselves like positive affirmations, trying to say good things about themselves. And I really, in my videos, I'm going to try to say good things about myself in order to kind of help facilitate a, I don't know, positive impression of myself, to kind of help with this really bad self-deprecation that I've been going through. So Ari, thank you for that idea. I really appreciate it. And again, I live for your vlogs. They keep me sane. So if you've not checked out Strange Nothings, my friends, go check out that channel. I'll link that at the end too. I'll link everything at the end. So the three positive things, positive affirmations, positive compliments to myself. Kind of hard for me to do because sometimes I don't always believe them, but sometimes saying them helps lead us to believing them. So the first one that I would like to reference is the fact that I'm a pretty intelligent human being. I have 2 degrees. I'm very good at research. I like to think that I'm pretty knowledgeable on a variety of different things, and if I'm not knowledgeable about something, I'm very good at going out and making myself aware. I love learning. I think that's one of my greatest strengths. Another thing, I think I'm a good teacher. Like, I feel like I really connect with students well. They really get along with me well and find what I have to say beneficial, which means a lot. And being a teacher was always a dream of mine, so it's nice to know when I'm doing the right thing and being productive with it when it comes to my career. And the last thing for this video, the last positive attribute, I am a good writer. I feel like I'm a very well-rounded writer. I love, and I've been working in writing poetry for the past 20 years. I am good at fiction sometimes, although I could improve a bit. I love fan fiction still. I still write Godzilla fan fiction, for example. I have experience in journalism. I have experience in academic writing. I've had some of my works published. And I feel like it's like a lot of hard work has paid off over the last few years, and especially with some of my poetry getting published, that's been very empowering for me. So yeah, those are 3 positive things that I have to say about myself, and the 3 things that I'm feeling pretty good about. So we'll see what ones I come up with next time. But anyway, building off from the idea Ari established, I would like to challenge all of you to come up with 3 positive things about yourself. And if you do vlogging, share those. If you don't do vlogging and you prefer just commenting, comment on those below, and also let me know how you have been doing. I hope you're well, and I love you all, and thank you for, as always, taking the time to tune into my videos to listen to me blab about life. Bye. So you guys know how much I love gardening, right? Well, over the past couple days, Michigan has been getting torrential downpours, so let me show you what has become of my garden. We had literally planted a bunch of seeds, all sorts of seeds, and those are now under probably 2 or 3 inches of water. It looks better than it did yesterday. It was literally under like a foot of water yesterday, but super irritated. Granted, I really can't complain much. People up north, like where my family lives, they have it a lot worse when it comes to all of the flooding. Hey friends, I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I've done a pandemic-related update video, so here it goes. I am personally doing okay. Of course, sheltered in place, although I've heard that Michigan is planning on reopening certain portions of the state by Friday, that being the Upper Peninsula and the northern portion of the Lower Peninsula of Michigan, mostly because those are smaller population centers. So restaurants and salons, they can operate on half capacity. So it still concerns me because I really don't think that we're out of the danger zone yet, but I know that our governor has been receiving a lot of flack for the sheltering in place, and that in conjunction with a lot of other states reopening. I think that's why we are also following suit, but here's hoping that things go well with that. I've had days where I've noticed that it affecting my mental health. I've been having a lot of significant body image insecurities, and of course, I think that that may have a lot to do with the fact that, I'm isolating myself, and because of that I'm focusing on other aspects of my insecurities. So that, I think that could be a lot to do with it. I'm going to be posting a couple of videos late this week about it, but honestly right now I just think everybody in Michigan is feeling particularly low because not only are we dealing with this pandemic, but now on top of it there are a ton of people who are suffering from damaged homes, who destroyed homes, so on and so forth, damaged properties, all because of the flooding. So 2020 has been a pain in the ass. I'm just gonna say that. Anyway, let me know how you guys are doing down in the comment section. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later on this week when I put out those couple new videos that I'm planning to put out. Anyway, have a good rest of your day. Bye. Hey friends, I hope you're doing well. A late night video. I can't really sleep, so I figured I would just do a video. I have a lot on my mind. I received some unfortunate news today. The college where I work has made the decision to go online for the rest of the year, which means classes like mine that aren't required to meet face-to-face for like a lab or studio time or anything like that is basically going to be online. And the one thing that got me through the past couple months has been the thought that at some point I will be teaching face-to-face again. And now that doesn't seem to be happening for the rest of the year, I'm kind of just feeling a little down about it. I know it's a precautionary decision because everybody is fearing a second wave because states are reopening, second wave of COVID-19, of course. So I guess I'm just gonna have to adapt and just go with the flow, power through this. And thankfully I got my creative outlets to get me through. I got family and friends to get me through. I have been doing a lot of poetry lately. I've been working on some fan fiction, and I have also been doing some really fun collaborative things on YouTube that you probably have been watching. My collaboration with my friend Ari, the video series titled Restitching the Tapestry, that is something I'm really excited about, and the upcoming episode of that is actually coming out today, Thursday, today at 8:30 p.m. So we're going to be talking about pride, and we're going to be talking about putting the plus in LGBTQ+, so that's going to be fun. And of course, my recent collaboration I did with Alyssa Goji Geek 101. That was a really fun interview to do with her, and we got to talk about a lot of really cool Godzilla things. I do have a couple more Godzilla videos coming up soon, and I have more vlogs talking about current events / social issues. So there's going to be regular content, and I'm really feeling the creative buzz. So I hope you enjoy that. Now, mental health-wise, I have to say I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. I hope you're doing well also. If you can, if you have time, please let me know how you're doing down in the comment section below. And click like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I appreciate all the support. My goal is to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm gonna try to make that my goal. We'll see if that happens. Anyway, I love you, and you have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye. Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to pop on and do a quick video just to let you know that I'm alright. I've been getting a few emails from people asking me how things are going because I've not been posting a lot lately, and a lot of that is attributed to just kind of feeling a little bit creatively drained slash stagnant, and that typically happens at the end of each semester. So it's kind of recovering from that now. I'm writing a little bit again. I am planning videos again. And the truth is, I've mostly been focusing on like just house stuff, gardening. I'm slowly getting my plants for the season planted, thankfully. But I wanted to take a moment and also reflect on the state of things, because it's been a while since I've done like a pandemic-related update for my pandemic reflections video list. But it seems as though that things are progressing in a pretty positive direction with regard to the pandemic. Mask mandates are being lifted, and it seems that occupancy levels are being, or occupancy restrictions are being reduced, not to mention the vaccination rate is going up. So it does seem like things are going in a pretty good direction, and it makes me feel relieved, but at the same time I'm kind of feeling this trepidation, because for introverted people like myself, the pandemic has been almost this welcomed rest period, because a lot of us struggle with like the performative anxiety connected to like socializing, like the rigors of social, performance. And I'm kind of realizing that I have to kind of, I don't know, resituate myself to, get back into that type of resocialization, or to get back into that socialization, I should say. Because it's been kind of, like, I kind of look at it as being like just this period of social quiet. I know it probably doesn't make sense, but, I mean, granted, there have been a lot of instances where it's gotten to me too, because there are a lot of friends I've not been able to see. Granted, my friends don't cause any of that social pressure. It's mostly like day-to-day life things, like this, the social rigors of work, the social rigors of going out and all of that jazz. So, but, this past weekend, my partner and I went with a couple of friends to Traverse City, and I had a little bit of a chance to, safely kind of socially begin reorienting myself, which was kind of nice, and it was very relaxing. So I think it'll go well. I'm just kind of, in a way, grieving the fact that it's been socially freeing over the past year when it comes to the various adult socializing responsibilities that a lot of introverts tend to struggle with. So anyway, I'm rambling on at this point. I love you all. If you can, in the comments, let me know how you've been doing. I'd very much like to see how things have been going in your life. Keep me updated, of course. Click like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for a few additional videos. Also, Ari and I are going to be continuing restitching the tapestry with episode 39, I believe. Not this coming week, but next Friday. Okay, we're taking a little creative vacation. So anyway, I love you all. Have a good rest of your day, and take care. Bye.